Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Nerdy Movie News Roundup, the show where we round up all of the biggest news in comic book movies. Not necessarily comic book movies, although if I'm being real, mostly comic book movies, but it's just nerdy movies all around. So our first story for today is that there was a new Shang-Chi trailer this week, and it was pretty good. It was kind of more of the same of where, like, okay, he's Shang-Chi, he's the Mandarin's kid, he's now going to have to fight the Mandarin because he doesn't want to go back to be with him because the Mandarin, I guess, has this thing like the Amish where, like, they'll send their children out to live in, like, civilization for, like, a year and then see if they want to come back. Although, with the Mandarin, you don't really have an option. You kind of have to go back and live with him. But yeah, it still continues to look cool. We saw a dragon, like a water dragon that's apparently not Fing Fame Foom, I was reading, but is like just under some other random dragon. But we did see Abomination and Wong, which I'm definitely excited about. I think Abomination is a character that they've kind of had in like their quiver since like 2008, because they didn't kill him off at the end of that movie, and that Incredible Hulk movie is in the MCU, and so they've just had that character that they've been able to use, and he's now confirmed to be in Shang-Chi, but he's also going to be in She-Hulk. So I was not expecting to see him before She-Hulk, but it's pretty cool that, yeah, he's just going to be here. So Shang-Chi continues to look cool. Next story, a Smallville animated show is apparently in the works. So this is reading from Collider. In a cameo video, Tom Welling said, "Michael Rosenbaum and I are actually working on an animated series to bring those characters back to life and use as many of the original cast members as possible. Don't tell anybody, though. It's a secret. We're still working on it." So this is just really weird, because why would you reveal this in a cameo video? Why would you even bring it up in a cameo video? I don't know. It doesn't seem like this project is really all that far ahead. It seems like literally Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum have been talking about it. But people really like Smallville. I think I watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons. But I never really I never watched it past that. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just one of those situations where you just kind of fall off a show and you never get back on the horse. But I know people really love it, and although I think it's been continued through comic books, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if this animated show would then like tell some of the stories that they've told in the comic books, or if it would kind of be something else. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that, and if that ever gets off the ground. So next story, Rogue Squadron has a screenwriter. Apparently the script's not even written yet. So that whole like thing at the Disney Investors Day where like Patty Jenkins was like, "Hey, look at me, I'm directing in the Rogue Squadron, and my dad was an Air Force pilot. That's why this movie has such a special place in my heart." Like, that was literally because there was so little about this movie to show that they had to do something like that, and apparently the script wasn't even written. So this was a Hollywood Reporter exclusive. Matthew Robinson, who co-wrote and co-directed with Ricky Gervais the 2009 comedy The Invention of Lying, is penning the script to Rogue Squadron, which Jenkins is due to direct for Lucasfilm and Disney, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. Robinson is an interesting choice for writer due to his varied career. Since Invention of Lying, he has fashioned himself to be an in-demand writer in the adventure space, having worked on 2020's Dylan O'Brien starring post-apocalyptic creature feature Love and Monsters, and the Edge of Tomorrow sequel Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat, which is kind of a dumb name, but oh well, which is in development at Warner Brothers. He also worked on Warner's remake of Little Shop of Horrors, also in development. He also wrote that Door movie, which is kind of interesting. Don't know if that's a knock on his resume. I have not watched that movie, but I feel like I should mention it. But yeah, cool that they have a screenwriter, so should probably get on that. Next story, the Halo series showrunner has apparently left. So this is from The Hollywood Reporter. The adaptation of the video game franchise, which has been in the works since 2014, will part ways with Stephen Kane, the second of its former showrunners. When production on the series in Budapest wraps in a few weeks, should the pricey drama starring Pablo Schreiber be renewed for a second season, a search for a new showrunner would begin. So, if you don't understand what that means, this showrunner, he's still gonna like see this first season out, but after the first season, if the show gets renewed for a second one, then they're gonna have to find a new one. Sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that that original showrunner Kyle Killen quietly departed Halo in late 2019, months after he asked that the Microsoft / 343 Industries, Amblin Television, and CBS Studios produced show to hire a second showrunner to oversee production in Budapest so that he could focus on stateside efforts, including scripts and editing. Kane was hired in March 2019 and has been on the ground overseeing the filming in Budapest for the past few years. Kane will exit Halo after he wraps production. So, just a couple things about this. Interesting that it's lost both of its showrunners, because I feel like that's, I guess, maybe a reasonable ask to get like a second guy to be like on set out in all these locations while he's kind of dealing with like scripts and stuff like that. But then they got him out, and then they brought this guy in, but now this guy is now leaving. So at least this first season should be finished, and we should actually see it. Like they've been talking about like a Halo movie or like now a Halo show, I feel like forever. So I kind of just want to see what this looks like. I fairly recently played Halo Reach, which was like my first introduction, and I can't say I like the story in the game wasn't all that good. I hope that's not a controversial thing to say, but the world is pretty interesting. I like the idea of this universe, and like of just I thought like the concept of the Halo is really interesting. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what comes of this. But next story, Madam X is apparently getting a show. So this is from the Hollywood Reporter. And the headline is, Jesus, I'm dying. The headline is J.J. Abrams, Angela Robinson, bringing DC Comics as Madam X to TV at HBO Max. And then the article reads, the prolific producer is teaming with Angela Robinson to adapt DC's Madam X as a scripted drama series for HBO Max. Sources say the project, which is in the early development stages, will be written and executive produced by Robinson. Madam X, aka Madam Xanadu, first appeared in the DC Comics universe back in 1978 and is part of the Justice League Dark universe. The character is a sorceress who has helped the Suicide Squad and serves as Spectre's spiritual advisor. In DC's The New 52, assisted Dark League, and was revealed to be the mother of villain Dr. Destiny. She was revealed to be the mother of villain Dr. Destiny. Abrams and Bad Robot are in various stages of development on multiple series for HBO Max, including a Justice League Dark franchise that is designed to feature multiple spin-offs as part of a larger, connected world similar to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As part of the Justice League Dark plans, Bad Robot is also prepping a Constantine series, with Madam X also likely to be part of that larger franchise. He's also teaming with Matt Reeves for an animated Batman series for the streamer. And also, Abrams and Bad Robot are also producing that new Superman film, which is supposed to be a black Superman. So, we've kind of heard reports that a while ago that J.J. Abrams is kind of getting heavy into the DC universe with, that Superman movie and with like their whole Dark Universe thing. So this is, I think, the first fruit of that. Or I guess they mentioned that there was a Constantine show also in development. So okay, I guess maybe we already knew about the Constantine show, but yeah, this Dark Universe is slowly in development. I'm not sure if this Dark Universe is also going to be a part of the DCEU or if it's like an actual separate universe. I'm still not sure about that, but yeah, I don't know anything about this character, so I'm just gonna have to kind of wait and see until we get like a plot synopsis for this specific show, or until we see a trailer, because I don't really have much to say about her, but this is a show that is happening. All right. So next up, we have a bunch of productions that have started. So we have Knives Out 2 has started production. On June 28th, Ryan Johnson tweeted out that Knives Out 2, director Ryan Johnson, I should say, he tweeted out that Knives Out 2 began production and is filming. Uh, and just so that you guys remember, this is the Knives Out 2 that Netflix is producing because they bought the rights for the franchise for $450 million, which is insane. And it will most likely just come out on Netflix. So this is his tweet. And we're off. Day 1 of filming on the next Benoit Blanc mystery. Thanks to all the lovely, patient people here in Greece for letting us do all this murdering on their peaceful shores. And next up, we have Aquaman 2. It has also started production on June 28th. James Wan, he put on his Instagram that Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom has started production. So they're in like an icy cavern of some sort. So cool. Aquaman, sure, whatever. The first movie was fine. I'll be interested to see what they do with the second. Next up, John Wick 4 has also started production. There was no cute little tweet by the director. It was just Lionsgate. They kind of just put out like a press release. And wow, I'm an idiot. I completely forgot to put like a little graphic for for Black Panther, but I'll just say here, Black Panther has also started production. So I'm reading from Variety here because they were interviewing Kevin Feige. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, the highly anticipated sequel to the Oscar-winning billion-dollar blockbuster Black Panther, started production on Tuesday at Pinewood Studios in Atlanta. Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige tells Variety. So that was Tuesday, so it started on July 29th. So that's... Yep, that's definitely going to be interesting. Yeah, Black Panther, obviously with the loss of Chadwick Boseman, I'm just going to be really interested to see where they go with that movie. You know, I still kind of contend that they could have made or they could have recasted the T'Challa character. I don't think it would have been disrespectful to Chadwick Boseman, but listen, the people who are in production of this movie, they were obviously close friends with Chadwick, so who am I to be here and say, no, you're honoring him wrong. You should have done it the other way that I think is good. It's like, whatever they're going to do, I know that they're going to do it in order to honor Chadwick Boseman. And not just honor Chadwick Boseman, but also just make a good movie in and of itself. So I have faith in the production. But yeah. So next up, I have the last story of the day, and I'm putting this at the end because this last story is going to contain, I guess, potential spoilers for the Flash movie, because something got leaked. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to see any Flash thing unless it's like an official sort of thing from the studio that they want you to see at this like specific moment in time, if you're one of those people, I get it. But I just want to warn you that this next thing is going to be a leak, so leave if you want to. But for those of you, the absolute chads who decided to stick around, so this promotional sort of teaser thing got leaked. It kind of looks like something that you'd see in like a DVD extras thing, or maybe apparently there was some rumor or chatter about it potentially being something that they wanted to show at the DC Fandom. But it was basically this teaser that got leaked, and so I'm just going to show some images from it, because a lot of it is like the cast and director talking, but you know, it's just like Ezra Miller being like, hey, look at me, I'm not choking out a woman, haha, I'm going to be the Flash, haha, no repercussions for my actions, haha. But I'm just going to go over some of the images that were there. So here is an image. Do you see this guy here? He's kind of like curled up now. And also in the background, there's a character with a spoiler sign on it. I don't know if the guy who leaked it edited that in, or if that's going to be in this like promo teaser thing when it actually gets officially released. That's really weird, but we do, so I'm not sure what's going on there with that guy. But this guy here, I'm not sure what to make of him, because he like, when you look at the walls, it kind of looks like they're lined with kryptonite. So part of me wonders if maybe this is like Superboy, or maybe it's Supergirl, because Supergirl kind of has long hair, or shorter hair. So maybe when they find her, she has like a shaved head. Like maybe she's been kept in captivity by the government or something. I don't know. So this is very intriguing. But then we got another image here. Oh, and by the way, yes, that does appear to be Michael Keaton's Batman. By the way, like another thing these images kind of insinuate is that Michael Keaton's Batman is going to be in the Batsuit, and he is going to play a pretty prominent role in the movie. So that's really cool. And so here we have Michael Keaton driving, and so he's just driving the Batmobile, and you got that guy, that spoiler alert guy. I don't really know who that character is. One of my theories is, and by the way, I don't know if there are like any higher quality images, but part of me wonders if maybe that's Bruce Wayne. Like maybe Ben Affleck isn't gonna be in like the full suit, but he's kind of just gonna kind of be Bruce Wayne. I wonder if maybe that's what they're doing, because I don't think Ben Affleck's role in it is gonna be too huge. But that'll be interesting to see. And then, so by the way, this image was like a digital like pan. So this is the same image as before, but it kind of like panned to this where we see that the Flash is also in the Batmobile, which is kind of redundant, but you know, he doesn't want to get there too early before the rest of the gang. You know what I'm saying? But then here we have Supergirl. She's like flying, and it kind of looks like she's standing in opposition to everybody here. And then we get to this guy who has a spoiler alert. And when you look at the guy, he kind of looks like he has like a trench coat on or something. Like, I don't know what's going on with this guy. This might not even be the same guy. It could be a different person. But I'm not sure what's going on with these teases. Like, I don't know why they put the spoiler alert thing on here. But, anyways, yeah, I guess the thing here is that Supergirl is here. She's flying. She's Supergirl. You know, to all you people who hate the suit, do you still hate it after watching this, after seeing these images? Let me know. But then, yeah, here we have Batman in the Batcave. Now this, I don't know if this is like a distinct image from the 1989 Batcave. I don't really remember, but I guess this could be Michael Keaton or Ben Affleck. Yeah, I feel like you can't really know for sure from this image, so who knows who this is. But then this other image, we have Supergirl. She's like kind of like standing on a tower or something with what I think is Ezra Miller. Kind of looks like Ezra Miller, but then he kind of looks like what the mystery guy was wearing earlier. So is that him? Like, because this could also kind of be Supergirl, or I don't know if there's like a higher definition image where you zoom in and it's clearly Ezra Miller. But anyways, guy is standing with Supergirl here. And now you get like a better look at Supergirl's costume. I think it looks fine. Let me know what you think in the comments. Then we kind of have a better picture of the Batmobile. Now this is like pretty distinctly the 89 Batmobile. I don't know if you can kind of like, is this the exact same like Batcave as the other one where you couldn't really tell for sure if it was Keaton or Affleck? I don't know, but this is definitely the 89 Batmobile. And it looks cool. Okay, and then the last image here is the Flash saving some babies. Because, you know, there are times when babies just fall out of skyscrapers. I'm assuming this is a hospital. And he's just catching the babies. And I'm hoping that he's able to catch all the babies in time. All right, don't take any inspiration from Invincible where they're like, oh, the heroes can't save everybody, but sometimes people are going to die. Don't kill off babies. I feel like that's the line. I think that's my line. I don't want to see babies dying on screen. But I'm assuming that he's going to catch all the babies and the babies are going to be fine. But yeah, those are all the images from The Flash. So this is a pretty interesting leak. We don't know for sure when we were actually going to see this. It definitely, when you watch like the teaser, it definitely does seem like something that they would show at like Fandom or something. But so I think those guys might have been right. But yeah, that's basically it for the Flash images. I think they look interesting. Interesting to see that Keaton is probably going to play a larger role than even the most optimistic of people would have assumed. I'm not going to lie. I still lament the fact that we're not going to get Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne Batman. I still lament that. I lament it. But I am excited because he would have killed that role. He would have murdered it. And alas, we're probably never going to see it. But anyways, that is going to be it for this episode of Nerdy Movie News Roundup. Let me know what you think of any and all these stories down in the comments below. And goodbye.